Greetings, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm just going to turn this down a bit. Oh, that was way too quick. But whatever. Okay, if that is still too loud, let me know. But hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining us for another chilled writing stream. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Hello, Mysterious. It is wonderful to have you. I'm going to go into the camera. Hello, Mysterious. Thank you so much for being here. It's 9 a.m. here in Chill Outside, and I'm ready for an even more chill stream. It is also quite chilly here. The office is very cold today. I actually have a blanket wrapped around my knees. It's that level of cold today. But yes, thank you for coming along. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for spending some time with us here today. I'm excited for this one. I really enjoyed the last sort of writing stream, and I'm kind of looking forward to having another chill evening of doing some writing and working on a new thing. Like I'm trying to think if there's any news, but I don't think there is. I think nothing much has happened since the last time I was on stream. So so let's just get straight into it. Let's just go for it. So today we're going to be working on our entry for the Anamnesis jam. We played half a game last time on stream, and we have we did 2 out of 5 acts, and today we're going to do acts 3 and 4, and then act 5. And act 5 is a slight kind of variation on the gameplay. So if you're unfamiliar with Anamnesis, there's a handy little link here in the chat just now if you want to find out what it's about. But long and short of it is it's a journaling game, a solo journaling game that uses tarot cards as its play mechanic. So you draw tarot cards and you use those as prompts, and then you write with them, basically. Use them to write a story. And what we're doing with the Anamnesis jam is we're playing a game of Anamnesis, and then we're going to turn that game into an audio drama. And that's going to hopefully keep us occupied until around about January time. Same as last time, we have I've got the script open here. I have a website with all the tarot card meanings on it, and then I have the game rules here as well. So everything's more or less all set up and ready to go, which is good. I also have my tarot deck here set up. Same as last time, I'm using the Trinity tarot deck from Matt Paul Weisner. It's like me, it is square and genderless. So it's a very cool tarot deck. I very much encourage people to check it out. Also, a little bit of housekeeping. The captions are now working again. Basically, there was just a box I had unticked, and OBS had. As I was saying that out loud, I was like, "That's a good line." I'm quite proud of that. So we have captions again, which is good. OBS was basically, every time OBS updates, all the plugins that kind of barely hold this stream together all stop working at the same time. So it causes a few problems. So I'm glad that that's sorted and we have captions back. Also, I've only just discovered audio only mode on Twitch when I'm watching streams. It's changed my life. You mean I can listen to streams like podcasts? My life has forever changed. So if you just want to listen to the audio, that's also an option. I didn't know you could do that on Twitch. It's very clever. I feel very old. But yeah, so since the last time, so basically earlier on today, I just thought, you know what, I'll go through the script and I'll kind of make a few notes. I didn't change anything. I just made some notes, and some interesting things happened. So to kind of get you back up to speed on where we're at, we're 2 acts in. This main character has woken up in the middle of some sort of circle, and it looks like they've been carrying out some kind of ritual. A character has gotten up, said something to them, and then left. That's what happened there. We then talked a little bit about what our character was wearing, and how the symbols corresponded to symbols that were on the corresponded to symbols that were on the jacket, which was also very interesting. And then we went into Act 2. The character walked past a temple and had some sort of remembrances based around the temple. And then they went through a market, and then they had some more realizations in the market, and then they just generally walked around town and had some realizations about that. So a couple of things since we did that. So first of all, for 1.2, where we talk about the someone at your side, I thought it might be interesting to have that person be a different version of the character. This is something more for scripting rather than anything we're doing now. And I don't think I'm going to be doing any of these changes today. It's more just like things to keep in mind when I turn this into a script. But yeah, I like it maybe being like a different version of the same character. Basically, last week I spent a lot of evenings watching Twin Peaks: The Return and had a lot of ideas about memories and dream worlds and alternate realities and things. So that's kind of where I'm coming from today. I'm going to turn my microphone up a little bit, because I'm a little bit quiet. So that's the plan with that. And so I thought that was an interesting idea. For the first one, one of the things that we kind of struggled with was there was a word on the tip of the tongue of the main character when they wake up. And I thought it might be interesting to make that word Anamnesis just as a way of moving into a title sequence. Just because I think the series might be called Anamnesis. Just because... So, I'll talk you through my reasoning. So, this kind of definition here, I kind of really like this idea that maybe rather than it going somewhere new, it's returning somewhere. So it's kind of like almost like a reality that's maybe been cast off or abandoned, and they've kind of come back to it. I haven't quite fully thought that bit out yet, but that's another thing I'm considering. This was more of a general thing. I thought it might be fun, given that this is a game about the tarot deck, to kind of make it more about the tarot deck. So kind of try and write the imagery of the cards that we drew, what we drew for the prompt, and then try and write that into each entry. So it would mean that I kind of had a couple of ideas here. So, rather than it being just a plain circle, it can be, like a shape made out of 7 pentacles, like looking more at let's see if we can find it here very quickly. 7 pentacles. Yeah, so have something that looks like this, maybe kind of have it look more like the tarot imagery. And then like have the whatever's on the 2 of Pentacles be on the cloak, which is down here. Something maybe like this, kind of describing something maybe that looks like this. And then a couple of other things. So, really interesting thing that happened. So, I thought I'd add a little bit of numerology to the game. This is not something that's written up in the rules. This is more just something I like to do when I'm playing with the tarot deck. So, if you're not aware of how the quintessential number thing works with the tarot cards, basically after you've done a reading, you add up all the values, and then basically that number is the quintessential number. If it's 2 numbers, you add them together, and then if that also brings out 2 numbers, you just keep adding them together until you get 1 number. So, what I did was I went through all the cards that we drew in Act 1 and added them together, and they came to a total of 24, and then 4 plus 2 equals 6, which is the number of the Protector. And then this was the entry that was in the chunky tarot Bible I own. Like, it looks a bit like something you'd buy in a garden centre, and I think I did actually buy it in a garden centre. So that was interesting. Time to be of service in some way. Do not let others decide your future for you, which I thought was very interesting, given the Hanged Man shadow card and everything we've kind of been talking about so far in the plot. I thought that presented an interesting thing. But the really weird thing that happened was I then did the same thing for part 2. So I added together all the numbers, and that came to 42. 2 plus 4 equals 6. So Acts 1 and 2 have the same number, which is a fantastic coincidence. I don't think this is going to be one of those things where, we got 42, the answer to the ultimate question. But also means Act 1 and 2 got the same numbers, got the same quintessential number, which is the Protector. So they have the same entry. I don't think we're going to get it again. I don't think this is going to happen 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times. I think this is just a happy coincidence. But it does bring an interesting angle to Acts 1 and 2 that we can bring in when we do scripting. So that's kind of all I've done outside of last week's stream. In terms of what happens next, what happens after the stream, so after we finish playing the game, the next stage is scripting. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably start writing the scripts off stream, and then, I'm probably going to be too busy. So Wednesday, we'll be starting the scripting process. Mapping out episode plans and coming up with structures and things. And then I was thinking about this today, and then I came up with this idea that we're going to workshop the scripts. So I'm going to get a couple of people to come on stream with me, and we're going to go through the scripts. We're going to read them, we're going to do a read through, and then we're going to critique, and then we're going to put notes down and put together basically, workshop the script and then turn it into something stronger, and then we can start on recording, which is very exciting. So that's kind of our timeline for the next wee while. I should probably put this in a document so you can see where we're at. I'll do that for the next stream. I think I'll come up with a little what are they called that companies use? Roadmaps. I'll have a roadmap for this audio drama release that we're working on. But anyway, right, so where did we get to? So last time we had just got to Act 3, and the character had found themselves in front of a house that they know was their own house, which is big scary thing. And just to highlight that atmosphere, we're getting the song featuring samples of my cat. So we're on Act 3, which is Cups. Suite of Cups, which I have here. Just gonna quickly shuffle them. So I had a quick look at these, and there's not necessarily anything too scary, and I think whatever we get, it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting in terms of the story. Water and emotions and social bonds. You see, that I thought was interesting because it seems very much that we're kind of moving this into the realms of, it's making it a much more personal history. It's becoming a much more personal history, and whatever we find, we're going to find something that is to do with this character's past. So we're going to have to start explaining the Suite of Hearts. That's also interesting, because whatever we draw here, we're going to have to reveal something, right? Because the next one after that is Wands, and Wands is going to be taking some time to reflect and kind of sort of explaining all of it a little bit. And then in Act 5, it's kind of we get to pick the cards. We get to pick our final card from Major Arcana, and that is who we are now, which is a fantastic way to conclude this. So again, so this is an HTML version of the game. I do have the printed version as well. The artwork is absolutely gorgeous. So please, I have so much stuff on my desk at the moment. It's sort of bleeding onto the synthesizers now. You see the Suit of Fire and representing the soul, which is fantastic for an act where you have to reflect and kind of think about what it is, who you are, and what you need to do. So yes, I think we're gonna be doing some heavy writing this stream. So right, let's get on with it. So one final shuffle. 3 cards from the deck of cups. So this is for Act 3. 1, 2, 3. Just balancing them precariously on my little stage piano. Just gonna scroll back up to the major arcana up here. So right, card number 1. Card number 1 for Act 3 is. Actually, no. Tell you what, I need to set up just a little bit longer, and we will start work. I promise. Need to actually put that down here. See, I think something I'm going to think about is that I really like the idea of trying to do something vaguely meta with this. So, like having the episodes be called pentacles, swords, cups, that kind of thing. But then also these little things here, I kind of want to work them into the script somehow. So like have another voice at the start of each episode read out these kind of introductions. Just as another way, just to kind of keep the framing of the game a little bit. It's something I kind of want to play around with, and I think it's something that I kind of want to speak to Sam, the writer of this game, about, because we've had a very, very vague chat about stuff we can do with this. So yes, I have some thoughts, I have some ideas. But I think this is all stuff that'll come out in the writing process and also in the editing process while we try and figure out what the framing of this is. But yeah, so 3. Right, we have 3 cards from the cups, from the deck of cups. Let's get on with working out what it is. So first card, first little entry is the 2 of Cups. Erasmus! Hello! Welcome. You're just in time. We have literally just drawn the first card. We got the 2 of Cups. So, where is that? There are signs that somebody else stays here or used to stay here. Who is or was this person? Interesting. Okay. Time Zone. I dig it. I got it. Like, I think we should call them Time Zones. I think that's fun. One isn't fire and air. It's just fire and creativity. Yes, I always love drawing wands in my tarot readings because it's always something. But a lot of my tarot readings tend to be around career stuff and creativity stuff. So drawing wands is usually a good sign, I think. Okay. So we've got 2, and then what major arcana card are we using to answer this question? I'm going to give it a shuffle. I had to remember to take the Hanged Man out because technically that's our shadow. Okay. Let's see. It is the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Okay. So, I believe that's... What number is that? It's 5. Okay. The Hierophant's normally a very good card, I think. Ooh, these are interesting words. These are very interesting words. Okay. Let's get this. I love this. Doesn't it, like, so I've had to do a lot of I would love to learn more about reading tarot. You see, like, tarot is one of these things that, like, I really enjoy playing with the tarot deck. I really enjoy doing tarot readings. I don't think I do it right. You know, it's because it's something I do on my own. I don't know if how I do tarot readings or how I do readings is the right way of doing it. I kind of just use it to help me figure stuff out, and also for cool stuff like this, using it for writing. This game looks super interesting. This game is very, very fun. It is super interesting, and it's a very, very good way of practicing writing, or something that I think Sam mentioned, Goblin Mixtape mentioned about the game, was that it gets used for character creation for other RPGs, which I really like. I really like solo journaling games. I think they're just. I said this in the last stream. I really like games like solo board games, solo tabletop RPG games. I just think they're interesting ways to learn about yourself, especially with something like this, where there's a sort of element that involves creativity. That sounds like a great way to read tarot. Yeah, thank you. Like, I get a lot out of reading, like, to the point where, like, both me and my partner own our own tarot decks. Like, that's the, and also, like, I showed this earlier. I've got like a big tarot Bible here. Pentacles, earth element, the body material world, suit of diamonds, swords, air element, yep, suit of spades, cups is a water element, heart, social bonds, suit of heart ones, fire element, the soul, creativity, and inspiration, suit of clubs. Okay, right. So tradition, social groups, conventionality, conformity, education, knowledge, beliefs. But it can also mean rebellion, unconventionality, non-conformity, new methods, ignorance. So somebody else, I think it's somebody else used to stay here. I like this idea that everything we've kind of been talking about so far is that this is like an empty version of the world. You know, we went through a market and it was always, you know, it was raining, and we had the whole bit about soggy books, and then we're at the temple. I tell you what, here's, for me, more than, like, I'm aware I haven't started writing yet, and I do apologize for that, but I think let's read through what we have so far, just to remind me of what's happening, and just to get me in the headspace of the story. So, Act 1. You wake up in an unfamiliar place, seemingly within a town or city. You cannot remember who you are or why you are here. All you know for certain is that you are not in your home. Okay. So, you know, fade up, interior, room, sound, raining. Okay. Tang Whistle, hello! Fantastic timing. We were literally just about to review what we wrote last time and go through the very vague story we have so far, just because I'm not quite in the headspace of the story just now. But we've already done our first prompt, so I'm going to read through this and then hopefully start writing. So, do I have any music on this playlist that might be sort of more the right kind of mood? No, not really. I'll just leave it as is. For anyone interested, the playlist is the soundtrack to The Tower, everything I've ever made for OST, Comp Jam, and then the Upriver Downriver soundtrack. So, lots of chill music for things. Chilled story music, I'll call it. Okay. So, Anamnesis, Act 1. I wake up to the sound of wind and rain lashing against a window and a faint smell of burning wood. I sit up and find myself in the middle of a strange circle drawn in white chalk on the wooden floor of an empty apartment room. There is nothing in the room other than a door and the window. The plain, cream-coloured paint on the walls has been burnt in places, as has the floor. Where am I? What happened here? The more questions I ask, the more the lack of answers becomes noticeable. I don't remember anything. I sit and look at the window in front of me. The rain is too heavy to see outside. I stare anyway, watching for answers, clues, anything. I try to remember something concrete, something I can grasp onto, something to begin with. The rain on the window offers me no answers. From somewhere within me, a word starts to form, like an after-image of a sound. My mouth starts to move, trying to figure out its shape. And that word is no longer full, it is now... Anamnesis. Title music! Ba-ba-bum! It'll be better than that. The title music will be better than that, I promise. It's not just going to be me going ba-ba-bum! A very different vibe. Personal favourite card, Page of Wands. Page or a messenger or herald card. So for me it represents inspiration and creative motivation on the horizon. I like that. I really like that. But what if it was? Well, you know what I feel like we've I've done enough streams to know that I'm not above hiding jokes in music. So we'll try and put a bum in there. Okay. Part 2. There is someone at your side. Who is this person? What do they say to you? I hear something move behind me, a heavy rustling, as if getting up off the floor. I hear 2 slow steps. I do not turn around. I hear a slow, deep chuckle. So, you made it. I wasn't entirely sure you would. You asked for a lot with this, and you didn't do everything right. I hope it was worth it to get here. I'm sorry I won't be able to see how you handle it, though I would very much like to see what happens next. I hear a deep sigh and slow, heavy footsteps walking away from me. A door opens and closes, and the air in the room feels lighter. The rain continues to hammer on the window. Okay. So, next up we got 2. You look down at the clothes on your body. What are you wearing? How do you feel about the way you look? Again, very personal questions, I think, from a game. Anyway. I stand up and feel the clothes I'm wearing tug at me. They are too big for my frame and look completely alien to me. It appears to be a robe of some sort, with a fabric that feels unfamiliar to my skin. It hangs off me, like hand-me-downs from an elder sibling. The sleeves swallow my hands and arms, the shoulder pads pull my shoulders away from my neck. I shrug off the robe and realise that underneath the robe I am wearing more familiar clothes. A pair of black jeans, a dark green shirt, and a leather jacket that has been well worn. I need to change that, that's real boring. What if your main character was just a guy? As I take off the robe, I find a circle pattern on the back that is identical to the circle that I woke up in. Was this protection somehow? Did I put the robe on? What happened here? I bundle up the robes and place them in the middle of the circle. I check them to see if there is anything that might be useful, but there is nothing. I look out the window at the wind and the rain and make my way to the door. So that's Act 1. So I was just like, wow, this music's got a vibe to it, but yeah. Speaking of music with fun references in it, the Beats to Build Profitable Dungeons 2 album is fantastic. Thank you so much! It was a lot of fun to put together, and I had a lot of fun putting it together on stream in front of people. I feel like a lot of my music releases now are that aren't project related, are like Dev discovers something about music. You know, the Tower Part 1 soundtrack was, Dev learns how extended chords work. Whereas this one, it was Dev discovers how vocoders work, and ooh, I do love me a vocoder now. Yeah, it means I have to spend a lot of time. Oh, I need to upload it to Spotify. I haven't done that yet. Thank you for reminding me that I need to upload that release onto Spotify. I'm a professional musician. Okay. So yeah, Chill Beats to Build Profitable Dungeon. Chill Beats to Build Profitable Dungeons 2 is now available from tincanaudio.bandcamp.com. It is a series of lo-fi remixes of music from the Dungeon Economic Model. There you go, that's the plug. Anyway, Act 2, Swords. After getting your bearings, you walk around town. You know this town. You know it well, but you cannot remember it. So, you pass a place of worship. What is this place? How do you feel when you look upon it? So, I walk down a flight of stairs and out into the rain. It doesn't seem as heavy now, and I turn up my collar and pull my jacket into me against the wind. The street feels familiar. It stirs something in my memory, a loose remembrance of the pavement stones, as if my feet know where to go. I let muscle memory carry me. I find myself outside of a temple. I stop for a moment and take shelter under its awning. This is my new favourite word, is awning, by the way. This place feels familiar. I feel like I've walked up these steps many times before. There is a feeling in my stomach as I stand under the awning looking at the temple. It stirs something that almost feels like resentment and bitterness. There is also a second feeling, underneath, that makes me want to not be here. To be as far away from this temple as possible. Is it shame? I turn away and stare back out into the rain, not wanting to remain here any longer. So next up, you find yourself walking through a market. Which stall are you drawn to? There's a content warning here for soggy books. I walk into a square, into what was once a market. There are still lines of wooden stalls set up. Some of them even appear to have still have their wares on them, shielded from the rain by their awnings. I am drawn to the remains of what looks like a stall that once sold books. There are a few waterlogged volumes scattered on the table. I stand in front of the stall and begin to feel strange. I begin to hear... it's fine, we're past it now. I begin to hear echoes of something that almost sounds like speech. There'll be sound design here. Is that me talking? Who am I talking to? What I can hear of the other voices sounds familiar to me. There is a feeling of foreboding at this stall. Something happened here. I turn back and see the temple, almost watching over me, and know that the two places and the echoes of feeling drawn from them are connected somehow. I turn back to the stall, gazing over the soggy books, to see if there is anything that could give me an insight into what happened here, what I found here, and what did I do. I feel the temple's gaze on my back, and I turn away from the stall and continue walking through the market. There'll be no more references to soggy books now, I promise. So next up we got, you take in the sights, sounds, and smells of the town around you. How does the town make you feel? Does it feel like home? I wander around town, walking down streets that feel familiar but also deeply wrong somehow, like something is missing. I see no lights in the grey buildings, I see no one walking the pavements around me. There is no sound other than the rain and the wind, and my footsteps on the road. I am alone. I am cold. I feel like I am looking for something amongst all of this nothingness, and there is a distant feeling of anxiety at the back of my mind. Am I looking for home? There is no sense of belonging anywhere I go, not at the market, not at the temple, not in the room I woke up in. Where am I? And where is everybody? How did I get here? How do I get back when I can't even remember where I came from? I think about the temple and the market. I know they are linked somehow. I remember walking these streets carrying books, heavy books, dry books. I remember walking quickly with them. I remember the room I woke up in. I remember reading the books and rereading them. Something didn't make sense, but I wanted to understand. I desperately wanted to understand. I hear echoes of distant conversations. Sound design. I feel like something is being hidden from me. I look up and realise that my legs have carried me to the front of a house that I know is mine. And then we move into Act 3. You manage to find your home. The facade is unfamiliar. You fish the key out of your pocket and open the door. There are signs that someone else stays here, or at least used to stay here. Who is/was this person? And then we've got the Hierophant. Keywords are traditions, social... So I've got a really itchy nose. I'm very aware I'm touching my nose a lot. Traditions, social groups, conventionality, conformity, education, knowledge, beliefs, rebellion, unconventionality, nonconformity, new methods, ignorance. So, and also we've got our Hanged Man card up here, which is our shadow. So, the story that we seem to be moving towards is that this character discovered something about an alternate world, they kind of started trying to learn about it and trying to find out how to get there. But basically encountered lots of resistance from the people at the temple. They're like, don't do this, you're going to get it wrong. Something, it's difficult to do. You shouldn't do this. It's the wrong thing to do. But then this person does it anyway, but they get it wrong. And I'm thinking, right, just as we're kind of talking about this, I'm thinking that by Talos, this can't be happening. I'm thinking, right, that I'm trying to put this into words. I think they've been trying to get to an alternate reality, right? To try and find whoever this person is, whoever this person used to be. But they got it wrong. They've made things have gone wrong, and they've ended up somewhere else. So I think in this one, I think what we're focusing on is maybe new methods, knowledge. They done goofed, essentially, yes. Wait, because the Hierophant, religious figure that sits in a the Hierophant's. Oh, I always thought the Hierophant was a woman. A sign of blessing. A triple cross. Embrace the Hierophant card suggests that it's better for you to follow social structures which are established and have their own traditions. I think that is we're going the opposite. We're doing the opposite of that, I think. The MC unleashed something that wiped out their world. That was my first thought. I did have that idea, but I tend to try and avoid apocalypse narratives. You're thinking of the High Priestess. Yes, I am. You're absolutely right. Thank you. Sorry. Ugh. I like the idea of kind of keeping it maybe ambiguous, because I think what I want to do is I kind of want to end on the fact that maybe this person is actually in this world. Either that, or they've kind of, everyone else has disappeared and they're the only one left. It's kind of gone too well. But I hopefully that will reveal itself when we actually start writing, which we will do now. Okay. I stand outside my house. It is a while before I summon the courage to go inside. I instinctively reach into my pocket as I approach the front door and find that a set of keys in my pocket. Apocalypse narratives do feel a tad overdone, what with reality racing towards 3 different ones. I mean, there is a certain element of that, but also, I think for something like this, I kind of, because this is a story about memory, and this idea of the recollection of innate knowledge from a previous existence, and also, it's about self-discovery, reflection, identity. It's very inward, and I think if we were telling an apocalypse story, I think if we're telling an apocalypse story, it means that there's so many other things to worry about now. Whereas keeping it ambiguous, I think it means it keeps everything very centered, keeps the scope quite tight, I think. Yeah, I think this is sort of the audio drama equivalent of a short story. It will only be 5 episodes. Or probably 4 episodes, and by the sounds of things, Act 5 is going to be an epilogue. But I should get a move on, because I've not written very much, and we've been here nearly an hour. Approach the front door and find a set of keys in my pocket. Right. Is there anything in the thing about maybe keyrings or anything like that? No. Okay. Maybe talk about a keyring. The door is stiff and I have to almost force it open. Okay. Here's the question. So here's what I think is going to happen. The character is going to go into a room and it's going to be covered in pictures of a person. And I think it's going to be the person that they were trying to find. Do we talk about who? Do they remember who it is, or is it like it's just a person and they know that they're trying to look for them? They don't quite know why or who this person is. They just know that they're looking for them. I think again, keep it ambiguous, but I don't know if that's maybe being too ambiguous. The faces are indistinguishable. Ooh, I like that a lot. Oh, that's very Silent Hill, I think. Ooh. Oh, yes. I like that. I like that. I don't think they're scratched. I like the idea of them just maybe being faded, you know, like a photo over time, you know? I like that idea a lot. Stay with familiar but unrecognized. Yeah, I think that's the right decision as well. The house is dark and abandoned. How long? Or even you look away for a second and can't recall what the face was anymore. Some bleached. Well, we're kind of setting this up that this is a world where it's always raining. That's kind of what we're going for. Or it might just be it's just dark. I don't know. I think that's maybe water stained. No, because I don't think that would work. I think because I like the idea of like specifically the faces are the thing that you can't figure out anymore. Well, let's get into the room first and see what happens. Ooh, mildew. No, I'm not. Nah. I think that's maybe a bit too much in the other direction. I don't want the overarching memory of this story to be just like things being soggy. I don't. It's not really my vibe, to be honest. How long has it been since I was last here? The last time I was home. Anamnesis soggy. No, that didn't feel good to say. No. There's a pair of shoes in the hallway. I shall mourn the soggy books. Too late. There's a pair of shoes in the hallway. They are not my size. Is there someone else here? That's... Something in me leaps up when I think of the thought. in chat for the soggy books. F falling apart. So there's a pair of shoes in the hallway that do not belong to the main character. I think that's our first little hint. Explore the house. My house. It feels strange to say that it is my house. I'll write this better when we actually turn it into a script. I move into what looks like it was once a study. There's a desk. There's a desk by the window. Ah, you thought I was done with the desk by the window when we took it out of part 1. No. I simply put it on a shelf, and I'm taking it off the shelf and I'm putting it back in. There is a desk by the window with a bulbless lamp. New story, everything is damp, all takes place in a bog. Everything is damp, incidentally enough, is the national slogan for Scotland. Soggy books galore. Everything is damp. I feel like that's... Everything is damp is basically the subtitle for the Tower Part 3, I think. I think it might genuinely be a line. I know a few writers who call the first draft the word vomit phase. I'm kind of like, it's a strange way to write, because technically what I'm doing now is I'm playing a game. You know, I'm playing Anamnesis. This isn't the script, you know, this is the story. You know, so it's almost like when I go to the scripting phase, I'm going to be adapting a short story into an audio drama, if that makes sense. It's a very strange way of working, because right now these haven't accounted for sound design or anything like that, or music or movements or anything like that. So I think it'll be interesting when we turn it into, you know, when we start on Wednesday turning it into a script. I think that'll be very interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. There's a desk by the window with a bulbless lamp, not to be confused with a bulbous lamp, different thing. Wait, I was just about to say a notebook, but we might actually get that later on, so I don't want to say that just yet. I'll put it down, but we might have to get rid of it. We might, like, I feel like I can't say that there is a notebook on the table and then not read it. But we might have to read some notes later on. I'll put it. It's there for now, but we don't necessarily have to do anything with it. Tell you what, and the remains of a notebook. Chekhov's notebook. It's one of those books you open it up and there's a gun inside. Yeah, and the remains of a notebook. With pages torn out. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Google. Beg your pardon. I take a step inside. And I see that the far wall is covered in photographs. I was going to say pictures, but for something like this, I really love specifically the word photographs. Not a mere notebook, but a source of mystery. that may or may not be explored in the rest of the episode. Two cups. Look at this photograph. I was not expecting that particular Nickelback meme. Sorry, that's coming in waves. That's amazing. Oh, okay. It's covered in photographs. Ooh, hang on. There are two. See what I'm doing here? There are two empty cups on the and two empty cups and the remains of a notebook with pages torn out. I feel like there's no way I'm gonna recover from the look at this photograph joke. I'm just like I need to try and move past it so I can actually keep going. Cursed. Cursed Nickelback. 4, 2, 6. Don't write for me, Google. You know I don't like it when you do that. Some overlap in each other. Covering every inch of wall space. Excuse me. I really want to make a hot chocolate, but I don't want to drink one. Who wants a hot chocolate? I'll pour it through the mic. That is the weirdest thing. Just dipping a microphone in a hot chocolate. There you go, drink up. Man, your chat is on top form tonight. Covering every inch of wall space. I approach the wall. No, it's not. I keep writing this like as a text adventure. Dunk the mic like a tea bag in boiling water. Just holding onto the cable and just you know. Should I hold the speaker over my mouth? What is happening? I don't even want to picture that. Okay. Okay, I need to right. Alpha Gaming 662, good to see you here. We are writing. We are doing some writing today. We are writing a new audio drama. We're technically playing a game and using the game to help us write the audio drama. So wonderful. I'm glad you could make it. We're also talking about pouring hot chocolate through a mic into a speaker. So sorry, I'm derailing your lovely stream. Not at all. Like we're here to, you know, like we're here to just chat. Like this is very much just a chill stream. Like as much as I'm writing, like it's also just a chance for me to hang out and speak to people as well, which is also good. You know, the company is very much appreciated. Just, you know, even with this sort of slightly I don't even know, the slightly Lynchian horror of somebody drinking a hot chocolate from a speaker streaming during I'm a Celeb. Imagine. I know. Well, it's why the viewing numbers are so low. Is because I'm a celebrity son. I approach the wall, hoping for answers, hoping for some kind of answers. Hoping for some sort of clue. What's happening? Right, now we need to describe the photos. The photos are all of people. Most of the photos are of people. The reason not everyone's here is because they're watching I'm a Celeb. That's what I'm choosing to believe. Two people in different places, different times. You know what? That's bad writing. Different places, different times. Shut up, Google. There are that look like they were taken at the temple, and others seem to have. I'm trying to write a story, currently failing. I mean, I can recommend that doing this is a good way to kind of commit to writing. I was really worried about the last stream that we did when I was kind of doing a writing stream, because I've never done it before. But this is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this. It feels like there's slightly less pressure than the music stream. Not that there isn't any pressure with the music streams, but it's like it does feel a lot more laid back. It's probably because there's less tech, you know. Anyway, actually, no. There's a better way of phrasing this. I recognize the temple in a few of them. 'Tis the season for Nano. That NaNoWriMo is one of those ones that every year I'm like, yeah, this will be the year I do it. But then I either talk myself out of it or I'm too busy. This time around, I genuinely am too busy. Yes, good luck with the writing. Writing is very hard, and everyone is here to support you in that endeavor. And you know, we can write. You write. Feel free to write now. This is a writing stream where we can all suffer together. I'm warming up. I'm going to take the blanket off my knees. There you go. You thought I was lying about the blanket? I see the market in others. I see the market in another. Only both places are full of people. Good chill vibes for writing. This might genuinely be something I keep doing after this. I mean, I don't really know. Suffering's always better with friends, you bet. Good chill vibes for writing. Like, I don't know if this, I don't know what I would write, but I do like the idea of just having chill writing streams. Only both places are full of people. Not empty and ghostly? Ghostly? I don't want to say ghostly. One is taller. No, I don't want to be that specific. think one of the people in the photos is me. I'm going to make hot chocolate in a normal and reasonable manner. Please let me know how it goes. If we don't hear back from you in 5 minutes, we'll assume you've poured it on the computer and the computer no longer works. I might actually have a tea break in a second, but God, it's slow going, everyone. I apologize for it being so slow in terms of the actual writing. The people in the photos. The silhouettes have distinctive shapes, e.g. the robes. Can maybe talk about the robes in one photo. Actually, you know what? It looks like they are. It looks like, I'm going to say the couple. Actually, no, I can say they, sorry. It looks like they are wearing the same robe I woke up wearing. I tried to get a closer look at the people in the photos and try and see their faces. Okay, now we need to actually answer this. I just like the idea of, like, it's kind of blurred, but so it's kind of like looking at you know, you can sort of almost pick out details if you're looking at it in the corner of your eye. Kind of like when you're trying to look at a star, it's best to see out of the corner of your eye, because if you look directly at it, it's less clear. It might be something like that. All blurred. Not scratched out. Faded. Let's try to see their faces, okay. But faded. Like a mist. I feel like I can almost pick out details. Give me one word, any word, and I will attempt to make a story because I don't know what to write about. Well, okay, tell you what, like, if you're struggling to work out what to write about, highly recommend this game. Highly recommend playing Anamnesis. Give me just a second. Anamnesis. Soggy books. I'd highly recommend this game. I've been using it for writing practice because it doesn't necessarily tell you what to write about, but it gives you prompts and points you in directions. That's kind of where all this is coming from. Or you can use Soggy Books. I think Soggy Books is a good prompt as well. But they disappear. I'm trying to focus on them. I sit down in front of the wall. Wall of photographs. This was my home. This was my study. Does this have... I don't know. Can you get ASMR streams where people are just typing on really loud keyboards? I feel like I do well at those. I have a very loud keyboard. What do I do when I get on the website? So, yes, mechanical keyboard ones exist. Yes, okay. Well, this is kind of a thing. When you get on the website, well, you can look at the game. You can find out about it. You can either look at the previews, read about it, and then you can buy it, or I think they do community copies as well, so you can get it for free as well. I'd highly recommend it. Does this have something to do with why I'm here? Who is the other person in the photographs? Did they live here? I don't know whether to bring the shoes back. Or just kind of leave it as a detail. I think just leave it as a detail. I feel like I don't need to push it very much because there's 2 cups on the desk as well. Hot chocolate has been achieved with a minimum of technology-based crimes. Success! 25 experience points. Or something, I don't know. Where did they go? And why are they all over this wall? Okay. I'm going to end that there. So let's move on to number 2. Okay, so second card. We've got 5 more of these. Okay. So our second prompt card in Act 3 is the 5 of Cups. So what's number 5 on here? Yes! Yes! Good! Excellent! Remember that notebook? Remember that notebook I specifically put there as a mystery? Now we get to talk about it. Yes! Oh! Thank you, Blessed Tarot deck. Let's put that in there. Marvelous. Marvelous, 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 marvelous. Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, and right. Here's the fun thing. So now we get to pick a Major Arcana card, which will tell us what we need to work into the turn of the mysterious notebook. Or rather, the pages in the mysterious notebook. They're going to be scattered on the floor. I think they're going to be scattered on the floor. Hitherto unnoticed until now. Not a very observant protagonist. Which I feel like is, it's fair enough. Okay. Major Arcana card to talk about, help us answer the notes. It is... Ooh, the devil. Marvelous. Marvelous. I don't know why I feel the need to make lots of these kind of ooh noises. It's a tarot deck. It's not. Oh, anyway. It's not a. It's not a persuasion check or anything. Excellent. Okay, the devil. Again, the devil carries. I feel like the devil carries a lot of different, interesting meanings. What the devil? 15. Oppression, addiction, obsession, dependency, excess, powerlessness, limitations. Ooh! Ooh! Interesting things. Interesting words. Powerlessness, limitations, independence, freedom, revelation, release, reclaiming power, reclaiming control. Oh! Ho, ho, ho! We can start explaining things now, which is both good and bad. I feel like, sorry, I'm just looking at this now and I'm kind of like, did I answer this properly? I feel like I I can apply some keywords there to this, right? Anyway, sorry, I'm doubting myself now. Right. You know what? Let's just go into it. So, yeah, let's go. So, I look around me. Right. Are the pages scattered around the floor, or is it just a case of like there's a pile of them somewhere? Scattered throughout the room, scattered throughout the floor. I reach out. Reach out and start to collect them in front of me. The first page I look at has a drawing on it. It is, and I recognize it as the design that was on the floor in the room that I woke up in. This is fantastic for an Act 3, because it's like, ooh, starting to bring in ideas, starting to develop the story. Ooh, oh, this is so good. Okay. There's also the words Anamnesis written underneath, underlined twice with a question mark. With a question mark. The page is not dated, and I realize that none of the pages. All right, okay. I realize that none of the pages are dated. Or numbered. Making it clear that it's not necessarily going to be in order, which I think lends some interesting possibilities. I got my laptop back. I can go back to writing while I'm hanging out. This is officially a write-in. Amazing! Excellent! This is probably going to be a late one for me as well, just because I've just got a lot to get through. I want to get this finished tonight, so I hope everyone is happy to hang out for a little bit. And thank you very much for hanging out. That's very much appreciated. I'm having a lot of fun. I should do this more often. Like, don't bother with the music streams anymore. That's not true. I will do the music streams. I really enjoy doing the music streams. Okay. Unnumbered. Right, what do we have here? Don't stop the music stream. Don't worry, I won't. I really enjoy the music streams. You know, there are still so many things I can do with the synthesizers. And also, like, you know, it's sort of I feel like it's kind of doing the music streams is a way for me to learn how to make music better, and also it encourages me to seek out new things and do things in different ways. So the music streams are beneficial for me. I'm glad people enjoy the music streams. That's always good to hear. The next page, right, here we go. The closest I can get to making music is Chrome Music Lab. I have no idea what that is, but like, all ways of making music are valid. More frantic. They won't let me. Let's make this in capital letters. With a scroll that reads, "They won't let me through." With more drawings of circles containing pentagrams. Underneath. Another page seems to be passages copied from a book. See what I'm doing here? I find, you know, let's get rid of the word. So the recollection of innate knowledge from a previous existence. With an asterisk. With a that has. Maybe this is a time-traveling narrative. Maybe? It's gone the other way. Like, I really love... Like, I remember... So, when I used to do the 48-hour film challenge, time travel used to come up a lot. And there was one film I remember watching that had it was an interesting premise where basically it was like, oh, my dad was the first person to discover time travel, and he was also the first person to discover that it doesn't work, which I've always really liked as a little nugget. So like a nice little nugget of a story. Scribbled. I need to come up with better words. Scribbled next to it. And circled. I'm just describing how I make notes. It's just lots of circles, underlining things, lots of footnotes. Underneath the passage is the question, is that where they've gone? Okay. I'm going to quickly change this note. Is the person a different version of the character? Is the person who they're looking for? Is, oh, hang on. Is this the person our main character is looking for? Is in the same handwriting. The same messy handwriting. I must remember. I must remember written over and over. Over again. Covering the page. Another sheet. Covering the entire page. Another page seems to be passages copied from a book, the recollection of innate knowledge from a previous existence, with an asterisk that has how do I get back there scribbled next to it and circled. Seems to be a journal entry. We can be a bit more of an exposition-y here, I think. A merchant at the market. Sold me the book. Stream of consciousness and hastily scrawled pencil. I like this being, you know, a bit more towards the beginning. So it's kind of like the start of things going wrong. I like the kind of idea that we're sort of moving backwards a little bit. Book. I had to pay much more for it. The elders at the temple believe we have the only copy. Hang on. Okay. Wherever B has gone. I know I can find them with this. Because maybe the person they're looking for also did this ritual. Maybe? I don't know as much as they do about this, but I have to try and find them. Not necessarily a co-op ritual. I like this idea that maybe they were researching this and they did the ritual, and then it's this other person trying to work out what happened and trying to follow them. Try and find them. So maybe that's it. Maybe the people at the temple were experimenting with this. And realized that it was a bad idea, and kind of that's when they were like, no, we can't let this get out. Maybe something like that. Because we seem to be implying both of them, you know, worked at the temple or studied at the temple. So maybe that's where we're at. Maybe that's the story we're trying to tell. We can still leave a bit of wiggle room in terms of like spelling things out. Like, you know. Right, let's look at the shadow card again. Sacrifice, waiting, uncertainty, lack of direction. It's all tying in. It is tying in there. Stand still. Yeah, that also works in there. I will find you, B. I have to. I sit. I sit, reading the last page over and over again. I was following someone. Yeah, let's introduce an idea. If these are my notes. What if? I don't know if this is an idea we're going to be able to pull off, but what if this person is potentially not the person who made the notes? What if our main character is B? Yeah, mistaken identity thing. There's ways we can make it work. I think there is. How dare they? How dare? Actually, we need to put this. Somewhere else. Because we could be getting multiple books here. That's the other thing. As if the author meant to write more but stopped. I was trying to find someone. If these are my notes, I was trying to find someone. Or was I trying to follow them? Because we can get some flashbacks here. Hang on. I need to rewrite this bit up here, but I like this idea of you didn't do everything right. I stay in the room, sitting on the floor. Looking at the photographs and reading the notes. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I'll call that there, and then we can come back to that later on. Ooh, it's getting interesting. Okay, last prompt for Act 3. It is. Let's get Anamnesis on the go. Cups. It is the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. What's 8? Something has been slipped under your door. What is it? Ooh, okay. Interesting. This could go many different directions. That's very exciting. Okay. Oops. Ooh, indeed. Ooh, indeed. Okay. And what is the Major Arcana going to get for us? The Chariot. Interesting. I don't know the Chariot. I feel like I don't get that at all, really. What's that? 7? Something down here. Chariot! Success, ambition, determination, willpower, control, self-discipline, focus, forceful, no direction, no control, powerless, aggression, obstacles. Okay. Okay, so the initial thought is I really like the idea that it's just a note that says you're in the right place. Or if you're reading this, you're in the right place. Because then I feel like that or even just I was here, you know? Something to indicate that there is somebody else that has been in this world, potentially. Because that's the other thing, like, this is us done in the house, you know? He was here 2004, lol. I need to think about where it is, but let's get there first. I leave the study. Call Susie for a good time. But you see, I think the issue is going to be trying to make it, I guess, believable that it's been placed either since the person has come through, since this character has arrived, or was there and they just haven't noticed it. I don't know. Debt collection letter. It's just a letter saying we're cutting off your electricity. It's a letter that says, "Have you listened to The Tower by Tin Can Audio?" It's just a piece of paper that says twitch.tv/Tin Can Audio on it. the study and head towards what was once the kitchen. Because we can bring in this idea of no direction, no control, powerless, and then bring in the idea of success, determination, willpower, self-discipline, I guess, I don't know. It's the kitchen. I pull out one of the wooden chairs and sit at the old dining table. To feel tired, but I am also starting to remember. I look out the window into the rain, into the empty town. See the top of the temple in the distance. Excuse me. We found out about another world parallel to our own. Something went wrong. Something went wrong. And everyone was scared. I lost someone. And I realised there had to be. I'm slightly worried because Act 4 is all about reflection. But I think we can maybe save that for the kind of big realizations. Maybe. Let's write it. Let's just write and see where we end up. You asked for a lot with this and you didn't do everything right. I hope it was worth it to get here. Did I get it wrong? Am I in the wrong place? the wrong palace? Am I in the wrong place? No. All this work for an empty world with forgotten memories. With there we go, distant forgotten memories. Still need to figure out what's on the letter. It says something has been slipped under your door. Sorry, this is just me on stream thinking now. Okay, distant forgotten memories. I turn from the window. Or, the wind. A missing piece to the last page. Well, we haven't really set up that there's anything missing in the notebook. I think it doesn't necessarily have to be a page. That's the thing. If you don't pause and think, you end up with Twilight. Oh, very good, very good. I think I have it. I think I have it. Okay. In the kitchen open. I run over to close it. As I slam it shut, keeping the outside. I'm trying to think of the right phrase. This is a very writery phrase, but I'll no. I run over to close it. Shutting out the world. There we go. Go leaning against the door and sigh. And notice a photograph lying on the floor. I pick it up and take it to the table. It's another picture. all of the same couple that covers the study wall. That covers the study wall. It covers the wall in the study, sorry. I don't know why that's the better phrase, but here in the kitchen, sitting at the table together. Still can't make out the faces. But I still stare at it. I turn it over and see that there is something written on the back. What is written on the back? It just says, "Find me." I think that's kind of what we'll do. So, I think it still keeps it fairly ambiguous, but it implies that I think that's just a nice kind of way to end, because this will end the episode as well, which I think is a good way to end it. So yeah, no, I really like that. Okay, excellent. Right, Act 3 of 5 done. Excellent. Okay, and that's me about to hit the point where I would normally finish the stream, but we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. Right, I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to insert a page break. Then move on to Act 4, which I believe is wands. Wands, yes. It's a good way to make me yell for you you leaving me on a cliffhanger. I mean, that's kind of my jam. That's my whole deal. Okay. Okay. So the next act is you have learned much about yourself. Take some time to reflect. Okay. And on that time of taking some time to reflect, I'm going to take a quick tea break. I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea. So I'm going to turn the music back up, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So BRB. Returned. Down to there. Welcome back. Thank you very much. I teed up, ready to go for Act 4, which is a suit of wands. So I've got 3 cards here. I'm going to have 3 from the suite. These are going to be part 1, part 2, part 3. And then I've given the Major Arcana deck a shuffle as well for the answer cards. So these are our prompts. These are the prompts for it. So let's just get into it. So these are all very much like definitely move forward. I don't think there's anything. There's a couple that I'm just like, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to write around them, but yeah, a warm tasty drink is a very important part of the creative process. I won't lie, I was tempted to make a hot chocolate. The idea has been implanted. But I made myself some Keeman tea, and Keeman is kind of very nutty and quite warm, and it feels almost chocolatey. But yes, okay. Let's just dive into. I'm a little bit nervous about this one, to be honest. Okay, let's. Keeman tea is very good. I'd highly recommend it. Right. First card is 4 of Wands. Now, the 4 of Wands. It's quite a tricky one. But it kind of works. Sorry, I've just realised I don't have the gaming screen on. So the 4 of Wands is actually great from an audio drama perspective. From a writing perspective, it might be a slightly different. But yeah. So 1. So you listen to some music. What are you listening to? How does it make you feel? So it means there's definitely going to be a song at some point here. Whoops! No, thank you. Oh, my mouse is going all weird. There's going to be a proper, going to be like a piece of diegetic soundtrack, which is always exciting. But let's see what the Major Arcana decides for how we're going to answer this question. What do we get? Ooh, we got Death. We got the Death card. So that's always an interesting one. Oh, I forgot to do the numbers for the. I'll get the meaning for Death down, and then. Ooh, this one says letting go. That's interesting. That could prove interesting. Okay. Ooh, spooky. It's also a very positive card as well. Also means we can return to our favourite thing, which was upright death. Yes, upright. Yeah, it's upright death, upright love meaning. Death is a great failure, needing to let go of the past, or a very sharp and sudden change. Yes, I tend to read it a lot more. Love me with some upright death. I tend to read it as a much more positive kind of card. I see it kind of like this, like transformation, transition, release, like the end of one thing and the starting of another. But letting go could be interesting when it comes to that. Death is one of the most feared cards in a tarot deck, and it is very misunderstood. Many people avoid mentioning this card because it has that much power. One major phase in your life is ending and a new one is going to start. You just need to close one door so a new one will open. Misunderstood goth teenager of the family. Yeah! Look at this bony boy. There's a misunderstood bony boy. Just wants to harvest some hands. Is that really so bad? Look! This death has worked very hard to grow these hands, and now got the scythe, gonna harvest them, and they're playing Stardew Valley, so there's a time limit. So who are we to judge? Sorry, I feel like I'm getting off track. This is what happens right before I have to write something, as I get very like, ooh, let's talk about literally anything else. But right, so one thing I was going to do, let's get the numbers for this. So, what did we get? So it was 2. I'm going to have to bring up a calculator for this. Squirrel! So it's 2 of cups plus what number's the Hierophant? I probably should have done this when I still had the cards in front of me. Magician, High Priestess, Hierophant. It's 5. It's 2 plus 5. Plus 5. Plus the devil, which is devil is what, 15? Yeah, 15. And then it was 8 plus 8 plus, and I did not write down which Major Arcana card we got for that. That's annoying. Oh, it was the Chariot. That's what it was. Ooh, I was worried there for a second. What was the Chariot? What number was the Chariot? Was that 7? So that's 7. Oh god! Wow, really? So all those numbers added up equals 42 again. So it means again. I don't know what to tell you. So it means that Act 3's number is also 6, which is the Protector. Oops. That is so strange. Like I'll show you, these are the sums. Oh, whoops. Now, all these sums here. So that was... Those are the last two. That one was me forgetting to do the 8, 11, 7, 13, and 2. That was me forgetting to put one of the numbers in. And then that was 24, so that also adds up to 6. So this... I don't know if this is just a quirk of the game system, but that's really weird, right? That's really strange. Okay. I think the numbers might be trying to tell us that there's some themes going on here. Drawing us towards a conclusion. Okay. find myself wandering up the stairs. Up the creaking staircase. The creaking stairs. Up to a bedroom. Stories really do be writing themselves sometimes. Yeah. I can't believe that has happened. That is so strange. And very weird. Deeply unsettling. Up to a bedroom. Bed frame only has there is only a bed frame and a mattress. On a bedside table is right. So I want there to be a cassette player. But I feel like a record player makes more sense. There's a small cassette player. Yeah, also, yeah. I'm gonna go with a cassette player. I feel like that's more the vibe, right? Like, because I feel like that also ties more into the kind of music I'm probably going to make for this. I'm probably going to go for a slightly more kind of Silent Hill vibe. Magnus Archive Easter egg. Sure, if I drop Johnny a message. Yeah. I think I do actually still have the sound effects. Because when I worked for Rusty Quill, I did, yeah. Well, when I did it for Doctor Who, yeah. Well, I'm working with Johnny on something right now. Yeah. When I worked for Rusty Quill, I did the editing for a couple of Magnus Archive episodes, and I think I still have the tape sound effect from the Magnus Archives in my sound library, probably somewhere. Just put that very quietly underneath. Right, do we want to drop the episode numbers after the stream? I honestly don't remember. Like, the thing about my time, so basically I was just editing to fill in for someone, but genuinely the way the Magnus Archives was set up to edit, it was genuinely just a case of, like, you know, for the statement it was just put a thing underneath. I edited the sort of fan written Rusty Quill episodes. I did the sound design for those. I don't know if they were put on the main feed or not. I can't remember, but yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember a lot about the things I had to edit for Rusty Quill because it was just a lot. Yeah, I did do some editing for them. I did some sound design editing for the Magnus Archives. I did some vocal cuts for Rusty Quill Gaming. I did a couple of episodes of Outliers. And I did a season and a bit of Stella Firma. That was my time. Stella Firma was intense. Thank you very much. On a bedside table is a small cassette player, with a tape inside. I lie down on the bed and press play. Yeah, I feel it should be a cassette player because then you get the chunky cassette buttons, you know, the kind of like. Having become a publisher, I can't remember anything about any of the stories we've published, including the ones I've written. Yeah, no, I get, like, with working on other shows, especially for something like a network, like you do forget things that you've done. Like the volume of stuff I put out when I went for Rusty Quill was quite. It was a blur. Like, because the thing is, Stella Firma was a weekly show, and I think we were working maybe like one episode ahead. So the turnaround times were still pretty tight, and also like there was a lot there was a lot of sound effects in Stella Firma, which was my own fault, but yeah, like, you know, I've said this before, but like Dungeon Economic Model is absolutely the leftover energy from editing Stella Firma. Like, I really enjoyed working on Stella Firma, but it was just a lot. It meant that I wasn't working on my own stuff, and I'd rather be working on my own stuff, which is probably a bit selfish, but yeah, like I kind of, once season 2 started, I kind of was just like, I'm working on this more than I'm working on my own stuff, and I'd much rather be, if I had to pick one, I'd much rather work on my, you know, I was just like, the tower's doing really well, and I kind of need to do that. So I'm gonna cheat here. I'm just gonna put in square brackets music plays, talk about the music, or describe the music, because I feel like I'm allowed to do that because I haven't worked out what the vibe of the show is yet. Or not, I feel like, do we need to describe the music? I don't think we do, because in the context of the show, you're just going to hear it. Yeah, I don't think we need to describe the music. The listeners are going to hear it. It's allowed. I guess more in the context of the game rather than in the finished thing. I close my eyes and think about all I've learned. Nothing quite fits together. No, that's wrong. That's what it was. None of it fits together. Fits together. Not sure about any of it. Letting go, release fear of change, repeating negative transformations, endings. Okay. Okay. I still can't. Oops. Oh my goodness. I still can't get a solid hold. On the memory, the recollections. On the shadows of memory that gather on the edge of subconscious. On the inside of my eyelids as I listen to the music. I came here to find someone. Why did they come here? Ah, here we go. My favorite placeholder tool is just the square brackets. Like, I kind of... I'm trying to think if I tend to... So the way I kind of... I tend not to free write like this a lot of the time. I tend to write in a very structured way. I tend to... I write like a filmmaker, basically, where it's like everything, all the scenes are kind of sketched out, and all the sort of story arcs, all the plot arcs, A plot, B plot, that's all mapped out. So it means when I sit down, I'm literally just going, this bit happens, okay, now I need to get to this bit, and then it's doing it that way. I'm not used to kind of, hammering at the keys and seeing what happens. Much more used to doing that with music, hammering on the keys and things. Yeah. Well, yeah, that, like, I think all my names are placeholders, like all of them. Like they always change in the process of writing. I think which was it? I think it was, yeah, for a very long time Heather didn't have a name in Middle Below. It was just I just knew that there was an extra character, and I can't remember what the placeholder name was. I think it was Cheryl at one point. Yeah, I think the placeholder was Cheryl, and then it got changed to Heather. Both names come from Silent Hill, incidentally. Okay. Names are very important. Like, I feel like I don't put enough work into the names, just because I feel like I'm very obvious with them when I name things deliberately. I think the names in the tower were chosen deliberately, but I feel like I don't want to explain where they came from, because I feel like that would be a little bit of a spoiler. So I will simply have a drink of tea and keep that information to myself. Is this why people tried to stop us? A repeating pattern of people. I'm not saying, like, the thing is, like, they're very vague meanings. I don't even know if they're 100% relevant anymore. But it's like that thing, just in case those meanings get used for something later on. Especially with part 3. Like, I just want to kind of not talk about the tower until part 3 is out, because I know, because there are certain people who have heard all of it. I think probably most of them are in this chat. But then there are people who are only listening to the podcast. So it's just trying to make sure that I'm just not saying anything. A repeating pattern of people going missing, looking for missing people. I open my eyes and look at the photograph. Find me. There must be someone else here. Surely that's what this means. feeling of strange longing with anger and desperation. And there we go. Here we go. And a strange sense of pride. Yeah. Okay, I think we I'll lie back and let the music play out. I feel like I'm okay having this as a bit of a shorter entry because I know when I turn it into a script there's going to be like music. So I feel like we can let the music just do its thing and let the music fill the space a little bit. So 1 down. Excellent. Okay. So card number 2. So card number 2 is the okay. The 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands is interesting. You destroy one of your belongings. So I think I might need to rewrite that last entry. Well, let's get the Major Arcana card first. All right, let's actually write this down so I'm not stuck with the devil. Stuck with the devil. Death, sorry. Write that down just for ease. Okay. Right, Major Arcana card is going to be the Chariot again, which is interesting. Where's the Chariot? Success, ambition, determination, willpower, faithful, no direction, aggression, obstacles. Okay. The Hero in Action card. Right, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I think basically this is just the point where the kind of low point, I think this is the point where the character kind of realizes that they're stuck. They've messed things up. You know, have the no direction, no control, powerless, that kind of thing. As the music continues to play. Oh, hang on. Bedside table. Held up by 4 thin wooden legs. I'm just like, I'll probably go back and review them, but like I kind of want to just put in these little nods to the cards that we're getting. To sound coming from the cassette player begins to twist and warp. I start to feel anxious. I sit up, grab the cassette player. Throw it against the wall. It smashes. Gonna have to do that in sound design somehow. What have I done? I'm trapped here. I'm trapped here in an empty world with nothing. Standstill apathy. So this does tie into the shadow card a little bit. Go. Throw my shadows. I don't know anything anymore. Try to hold on to the but I realize that it doesn't matter. I'm here because I tried to I'm here because I didn't think. I didn't listen. I think this is kind of also a moment of remembering. Let it find out more. To prove everyone wrong. What was taken from me? That sounds a bit too strong. To fix everything. To fix everything. Just wants to finally fix something and make it right. What did I lose / forget? I'm kind of I think it was more, I don't, like, if we're running on this idea that they're following someone who also did the ritual. I don't want to give that sense of ownership of it was taken from me. I don't like that. I prefer it that it's a loss, not a theft, if that makes sense. I don't know. There was just rattling around inside my brain a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of a lot of the times when I'm like, oh, this is why I'm doing this. As I'm saying it, I'm kind of going, that doesn't make sense. But I'm. It's good hearing other people say back, no, that does make sense. So thank you. Behind us, we could. And it would all be okay. We could put it behind us, and it would all be okay. Am I? Oh, is this? Oh goodness, we're at the end of the music playlist. Okay, let's just put that back on. Let me just put that one on. Okay. Sorry about that. Really? That's me. That's very strange. I was going to say something, but I got distracted. I feel like that's the vibe of the stream. It would all be okay. I sit on the bed, shaking. It's the vibe of my life this year. Oh yeah, I'll say. I am lost and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go or what to do. If you go, where shall I go? What shall I do? The rain. It's a better way of describing that. And the rain hammer against the window. Am I making these shorter? No. As I stare at the broken cassette player. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think that's a monologue to expand on, but I think that's. I think at this point we're kind of moving a bit faster, and we can do more with the sound design and the music, and kind of really pull it together. Because basically we've got one more card to turn over in this act, and then Act 5 is kind of the conclusion. Where basically so I'll just explain what happens in Act 5. Oh no, I'll explain what happens in Act 5. So in Act 5, your past may shape your experiences, your thoughts, your desires, but it does not define you. You are in control of your own path. The road ahead may be built from the stones that you've gathered, but these fragments of your past do not dictate where it leads. So you return your shadow to the Major Arcana deck, which for us is the Hanged Man. And then we choose one of the Major Arcana to represent us, and then who are you, what do you do next? So I think Act 5 is going to be a shorter act. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of, so I think that will be interesting. That'll be interesting when we get there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that act, but I guess we'll find out. Right, what is the chariot? What number is the chariot? The chariot is 7. Death is 13. Okay. Right, last card for Act 3. We're very close to the end now. We've got this, and then we've got one more act to do. One more card to pull after this one. Part 3 for Act 4 is the 10 of Wands. That actually works out really well. You realise you're crying. Why? That's good. That fits really well. It means I am actually going to have to act in the voice recording. That's going to be a fun one to record on stream. Yeah. Okay. And then the major arcana card we're getting is the Devil again. Like I am shuffling these cards, I promise. Where's the Devil gone? Where's the Devil gone? And the Devil is 15. It's just allergies. Oh, okay. Okay. I think we'll probably, yeah. So just to give you kind of more of a structural note, these are all just going to run into each other in the script. So each act's going to be one episode. So it will go from this. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. You can't say this bit here, and then listening to the wind and the rain, and then starting to cry. So I think that's going to be a nice transition. I feel like we can have a big realization here as well. You know, start having the realization that, you know, it's a choice to it's, you know, like there is a choice here, you know. Okay. I'm so lost and I'm so tired. I feel like I've already had a... Yeah, with the chariot up here. Starting to remember stuff. Okay, let's go. Let's remember. Let's go for it. Let's spell it all out. We can kind of we could play this out. We could do this in an interesting way when it comes to the actual scripting, and the actual audio drama. But we'll wait and see. I like the idea of keeping it fairly vague. What are the scrolls? Nah. You know, scholars, I like that. He's in a temple library, reading anything and everything. Testing theories. Experiments. Uncovering lost insights and knowledge. Not knowledge, wisdom. Understand the world, the universe. We were allowed our curiosity. Even encouraged. At times. We reached the limits of... We thought... Okay, there we go. It was noble, and still we wanted more. We found more books. Books written in hushed tones and read in hushed forbidding. And read in dark corners. We sought out forgotten volume. Long buried, long hidden. Scripts. There's a better... writings, let's say. Writings, symbols. We just wanted to learn. No, don't like that. Then we started to go missing. So that's, yeah. We didn't see it at first. Sorry, that's a new sentence, isn't it? We didn't see it at first. One person stopped coming to the temple every day. It's not a cause for concern. But then it was 2 people. Then 3. The elders at the temple realized what was happening. Oh, you're gonna be all... Okay. What was happening? And I decided it had to stop. There were only 2 of us left at that point. We had to keep going. So now it's a group of people, but it's like last two. We had to keep going. We had to know. Last two stand. The play zone getting smaller and smaller around them. It's different now. We had to find new friends. We had to rescue them. Why did we? Let's continue. Let's play this out a bit more. We stole things. We lied. We hid things. Everything will be spared. I sit on the bed. Where's Hat? I don't remember who I am. If I'm B, the person. Am I? Is this bad? Is this bad spelling it out? Who the others are. To be or not to be. Oh no, what have I done? To be, isn't it to be? Ah! My eyes hurt. I don't remember who I am. Who B is, who the others were. Maybe they don't remember. Cringe. Is that cringing at the joke or cringing at the writing? Either is fine. I made you because of the writing or because of the to be or not to be. What have I done? Was it the spelling it out? Was that a bad idea? The joke. All right. Okay. That's fine. I have inspired many terrible jokes. Don't you worry. Oh no, it's no need to apologize. I was hamming. It was just, you know, just big old ham. Just getting the ham out of the way now before I have to do the voice recording. I just hear to beer in it to beer. So for hamletting even. Oh! just that's just excellent work. Amazing. I am not worthy of this chat. This is excellent. Hamletting, excellent. That's all we are now. Underworld searching for our memories. There we go. Okay. Hamletting. Okay, I can still see it in the chat on my thing. Okay. Okay, so that is Act 4. Act 4 complete. So I'll put these back in the thing. Amazing. This has come together really, really well. It's I really like this. This is again, I think all of part 3 can be expanded. All of Act 4, sorry, can be expanded, but I think that's just something that'll come from actually writing the script, you know? So okay, so we're now moving into Act 5. So I guess this is the point where we decide what ending we're gonna have, right? So the Hanged Man's going back in the deck. So we need to choose one of the major arcana to represent the present, who this person is now, what they decide to do next. So I'm just going to copy that. Okay. But before we do that, I will do the numbers for Act 4. So it's 4 plus 13 plus 7 plus 7. Oops. Plus 10 plus 15. So that's 56, which is 11, which is 2. So it's a different number. Act 4 is a different number. Okay, so that is 5 plus, yeah, it's 11, so it's 2. And, right, what does the book say? The book! Where's it gone? Numerology. Ooh, okay. So that is negotiation. And the quote from the book is, this number is telling you to adapt to circumstances and fulfill your dream. Fulfill only has one L. Okay. Oh no, it does have 2. Oh, there's a typo in my book. Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking going into Act 5, right? So I think this character decides to keep looking. That is what I think. And I think the reason they decide to keep looking is because they've remembered. And so if they remember, it means everybody else might remember too. And if that's the case, then it means that maybe they are also looking for each other as well. So kind of go for a hopeful ending, you know? Bit of a bleak one, but still kind of a overall optimistic ending, I think. So now we need to pick a card. Still giggling into Hamleting, yeah. No, fair enough, honestly. Okay. What are we gonna pick? Temperance? Middle path, patience, finding meaning. Patience, moderation, calm, tranquility, harmony. So temperance is jumping out at me. Excellent. Now we'll get a good grade in making joke, something which is normal to ones and possible to achieve. Well, so we could keep the Hanged Man card, because that was our original shadow. So we can keep that if we want. It's justice, karma, consequence, accountability, law, truth, honesty, integrity, cause and effect. Justice also seems like it could be justice with dishonesty twice for some reason. Strength. We could do the chariot. Oh, or the hermit. Oh no, that's withdrawal. Solitude, search for self. No, returning to society, I guess. What do we think? Oh, the Hierophant. The Hierophant. Ooh. Magician. Willpower, desire. Creation, manifestation. Because we got the Magician. These are all cards we got before. I feel like the Magician's kind of sticking out to me, to be honest. Also, I'm going to go back to the Hermit and read a bit more about the Hermit. Okay, I'm kind of... I think it is either the Magician or Strength. I think I'm probably going to go for Strength just because it has the duality there. And also... Oh no, I dropped my cards! Ooh. I got him. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's check numerology. So that's what, 8? So 8 is... Eight is ambition. Pick up 52. The ritual of forgiveness. What's the Magician? Is 1. 1 is the number of action. So I'm thinking the Magician is probably the one to go for. Decision made. So the new card is the... I just need to find the Magician and hope that I haven't dropped it. Moon, Justice, the High Priestess, the Magician. There we go. Also, I like the Magician card on this. I think there's something interesting about that. Okay. So let's write that down. I think I actually wrote it earlier on. Death, the Chariot, the Devil, the Hierophant. Yeah, I think the Magician is the one that I think the magician is the card that fits what we're wanting to do with this with the rest of the story. So I get up off the bed. I sleep. Self-actualization. I like it. Up to the same wind and rain. I stand up and head downstairs. I'm lost in an empty world. Empty world that my friends may also be lost in somewhere. We came here out of our own ambition and hubris, and we paid for that with our memories and I paid for that with our memories, I guess. All taken from our own world and dropped in another. Without any remembrance what came before. But I remembered, and if I can remember, then there is a chance that the others remember too, and that they are also searching. I stand at the front door. There are still many things I do not remember. Maybe I'll never remember. But that is not what matters now. What matters is that I am here. That there may be others here. And that I need to find them, if they are. Maybe I'll never find B. Maybe I will, but not realize. Actually, no, that doesn't work. Never mind. That's too. It's too specific. This world is strange. I think this paragraph needs to go earlier. An empty mirror, an empty reflection. An empty reflection of a place filled with life, and damp books. With knowledge, with hope. With hope. If we were able to make it here. Maybe together we can find a way back. Actually, no, no, you're right. It should actually maybe go a bit later. Together we can find a way back. I open the door to the wind and the rain. I feel the cold air on my face. And wet tears sting my cheeks. I pull my coat in towards me and head out into the empty town. And there we go! Done our writing! We've got it! We've finished! Finished, finito! Oh, wow, okay, we have a story. We have a story. We have 5 episodes. A very loose outline for 5 episodes. Amazing. Well, let's figure this out. I don't think it's going to be that many. I know most of these words probably won't count in the actual kind of word count, but yeah. So I think we're probably looking at 3,000 words. Okay, so it's not that much, but right. So let's have a think. So what we're looking at 5 to 10 minute episodes, which is not bad for an audio drama. So next thing to do is to turn it into a script, which is what we'll be doing on the next stream. What I'll be doing, trying to think of the best way to do this. What I'll be doing next time, and probably for the next wee while actually, because I think it's probably going to take a while, is taking what we've written here and probably copying it into a new document, and then turning it into a script, turning each act into an episode. Adding in, coming up with like a loose structure, and then once we have that structure, basically writing the monologues and adding in pauses for sound effects and adding in extra things. So yeah, so that'll be the next stream. That'll be the next few streams, I imagine. I think some of the writing I'll do off stream, just things like cleaning it up and getting things ready and stuff. So, but yeah, so we have a hard deadline for this project. The Anamnesis Jam finishes at the end of January, so there is a bit of a time crunch on this. But the hope is that, because we're at the 7th of November now, I reckon we can turn this into a script by the end of this month, and potentially even maybe get it recorded. If not, we'll get it recorded in December, and then record it in December, and then means spend all of January editing and making music and adding sound design and stuff. So that's definitely doable. I've made larger projects in shorter spaces of time. So this is our story. I think I am still going to call it Anamnesis, because that's like, I like the idea that it's that the game and the book of the game is a part of the story a little bit. It's kind of like a kind of almost haunts the story a little bit. So yeah, this went really well. I'm really happy with this story. I think it's a very interesting little short story, and I think we can do a lot with it in terms of tone and atmosphere and sound design and stuff. So yeah. So next time on the next stream, I'll have a proper like production document of like, this is what we're doing now, this is what we've done, this is what's happening next. So yeah, so I'm gonna call it here. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for joining me for this. Next time we'll be writing. Next time we'll be script writing. So you get to see that hot mess. But yeah, so we've been playing Anamnesis. This is, I'm making an actual play, I guess. If you're interested in the game, I'll pop this back in. I'll pop this in the chat again. Anamnesis. There is a link in the chat. It is released by Blinking Birch Games, and it is written by Sam Lee, or Goblin Mixtape on social media. Please go follow them. Especially particular on TikTok, they do really, really good short videos about tabletop RPGs, and they talk a lot about solo journaling games. So if you like this kind of game, this style of game, go check them out, because I mean, in Anamnesis itself, they have a couple of recommendations. The Wretched, which is very, very good. If you like Tin Can, The Wretched is basically the same thing. Like you're fixing a ship that has been that has had an accident on it. But what you do is you play, and you have like a Jenga tower, like a falling block tower, and every time you do something, you have to take a block out and put it on top. So at any point, it could fall down and your ship explodes. It is such a good game. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is something we can do in the future. We can absolutely play more journaling games and make stuff with them. Because I really, depending on how well this goes, obviously. But anyway, I'm gonna go sleep because it's quite late here. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm aware it's been a bit of a longer stream. We'll be back on Wednesday. We're doing script writing. And in the meantime, I hope you have I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you the rest of your Monday is fantastic. And I will see you soon. I'm going to leave the music on for a couple of minutes, just to wind us all down. But thank you so much for being here. And I will hopefully see you on Wednesday. Take care. Good night.